Hello, monkeys. As of late, I haven't exactly felt like I was 2 steps ahead. I feel like COS needed more food options. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'll be listing 3 new diets that I think COS needs to add in addition to the current carni, herby, photo-carni, photo-herby, and omnivore. First up is Geovore. Now, as far as I've searched, a Geovore is not actually a real thing, but a thing made up by the internet. If you're unaware of what a geovore is, it's basically something that eats rocks or gains nutrients from sediment or minerals, which I personally wanted in COS for absolute ages, and I want the devs to add something like this. My idea for geovores is to have them have a bit of a hard time finding food, as minerals can be hard to find, while not having to worry about hunting for food or drinking water, as they have no water stat. I have myself drawn up 3 concepts for geovores, including the basic food, enriched food, and satiated food. The basic food, as you would have guessed, is just a rock, which should be scattered around the map just as much as grass and placed carcasses, in rocky areas of course. They would have around 200 food with 5 food gained per tick and would crumble when fully eaten. Next is crystal or gems, which I drew in the same color style as the crystal breath, as most creatures with crystal breath would have probably consumed that crystal to gain that ability. It offers the satiated buff. Crystal would be hard to find and would get 10 food per tick with around 50 food on them as well as satiated. I would place them in caves in volcano, mesa, and rocky drop with randomized spawns that cycle every now and then. It would shatter when fully eaten. Finally is minerals or ore, which is rare like crystal and spawns in similar areas. It offers the enriched stamina buff with around 150 food with 5 per tick. They have the same spawn cycle as crystal but would be more abundant. When fully eaten, the gold will disappear off of the rock and it will turn into a normal rock, and acting as one too, but with only 20 to 30 food on it. The ideal creatures I envision to have Geovore would be as listed: Chisudo, Aranoa, Athulith, Bazeli, Orenhir, Oscuro, Caldontaris, Diamajla, Nullrock, Imini, Iztawartle, Cavoridus, Catherall, Lucentia, Magmaster, Muraville, Paraxilian, Sana Ada, Takamorath, Sodok, and Zolbatros. All of this is a concept, so the creatures, buffs, and actual food sources may differ if this diet ever ends up in game, which I hope it does. If you don't know what a Piscivore is, then you're a dumbass. A Piscivore is a creature that is usually semi-aquatic and eats fish as its primary food source. My idea for Piscivores in COS would be that they are able to eat all kinds of regular meat, but would only get satiated and enriched from fish corpses. They will still need to drink water, obviously. This one would be self-explanatory, wouldn't it? No. There are no fish in COS, anymore at least. You see, legacy players like me and others would remember the coelacanth, sturgeon, shrimp, and megalodon AI that would spawn in bodies of water in the ocean. And my idea is to bring them back, each giving their respective buff. The coelacanth and shrimp offering as a basic food source with no buffs and living in deep saltwater caves and ravines. The sturgeon offering satiated and living in freshwater ponds and rivers. And the megalodon offering enriched and living in shallow saltwater near the surface. Certain playable creatures could also offer as Piscivore food, but with all of their corpses giving satiated. The list of creatures I think should be Piscivores goes as Alakuda, Arachu, Auroron, Bengon, Denji, Dunclacis, Aegean Warden, Eroka, Exotide, Jotun, Lucicius, Lure, Mjolok, Miju Swimmer, Nidaltalus, Reviatin, Kalawaka, and Zweevilisk. Kawini, Dunclacis, Alakuda, Arachu, Kame, Aegean Warden, Kohiki, Magnesidus, and Slayon would offer the satiated buff to Piscivores. And yes, Magnesidus is a fish, it has a vertical tail and gills. That's it for Piscivores. Again, all of this is a concept, so it could differ if it ends up in-game. If you don't know what a scavenger is, you're even more of a dumbass. Scavengers are specialized carnivores that are equipped to consume rotten or old food. My idea for scavenger isn't that big of an idea really. I wanted to make it a sub-diet or maybe even an ability that allows you to gain satiated and enrich from the same rotten player dropped carcass. Creatures with iron stomach are only allowed to eat rotten food and gain nothing from it besides food. Scavengers would basically be the next step up from iron stomach. There would be simply way too many creatures to list all at one time for this one, but just imagine it's most of the creatures that already have iron stomach. As I said, Scavenger was only a small idea, but I still think it would be a nice addition. that's all for this video. Like, subscribe, and join my Discord if you own Alcaxu.